Amelia.
I hate you already.
I could not wait to do that. I've been thinking about it all day. I was like, ooh, I know exactly the first thing I'm gonna say.
Oh my god, what a nightmare, honestly, and a long
What?
string of nightmares.
Oh god. I mean, we knew what to expect. We knew it was gonna happen, but it
Woof.
was worse than imagined.
It's so much
Girl,
worse.
Amelia, she didn't go down without a fight, let me tell you that.
I'll say. Who didn't she fight with?
Right. Exactly.
Oh my god, that was so cringe in a long line of very, very cringe things.
Very cringe. But anyway, how are you? What's going on? I mean,
I'm good. I feel like we've been waiting for this day for a while. I mean, it's finally Oscars Monday, the day after everyone's like wiping the crust off. I'm like having a little hair of the dog. I'm having my little champagne split with a straw.
drink,
Thank you very much.
I'm drinking agua. I'm
Very
hydrated.
good. Very nice. Good for you. Good for you. I like that.
I know.
So we did watch them separately last night, but we were, trust and believe, we were like
We were
live
we were
texting the whole time, locked in.
very, very locked in. Yeah. I
Yeah.
loved it. From
Yeah.
the red carpet. I mean, I didn't love all of it, but let's just start with the looks. I mean, I loved the looks. I thought a lot of
I
them
loved a
were
lot
great.
of them, really. There were very few like misses, at least of the big, people, I would say.
I
Yeah.
think my best dressed, and I think I told you this, but I feel like Doja.
Yeah, she
Doja's
was definitely like a
Doja,
sleeper hit.
that red carpet gown, the cheetah print,
It was
the
so
leopard,
hot. Yeah.
so hot. It was
Custom
giving like
come in.
these. It was custom. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah, she looked
obsessed.
incredible. And then her performance outfit too, the like diamond dripping kind of like
Yeah.
spider web dress. Yeah. Vocals not
So
so much, honey, but the dress,
vocal,
the
not
dress was
really.
dressing.
The
Yeah.
dress was a little flat,
Yeah.
but it was there. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, she looked great. She was definitely like a surprise hit for me. I was not expecting her to show up and like give, that much fashion like that. I mean, I know she's a fashion girly, but she was giving like I would say appropriate for the occasion, but still being Doja. You know what I mean?
Totally,
Yeah,
totally.
so I liked that. But I thought like all the big, nominees and stuff looked amazing. Like, I mean, Demi Moore, incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that dress was gorgeous.
Custom Armani. I mean, she was dressed like a winner. Winner in my heart, honey.
Winner in my heart too. I think that was really the most devastating part of the night for me.
Yeah, it just really felt like it was going to be and should have been hers. So it was like so sad that it wasn't at the
Yeah,
end.
she's like won every award leading up to it, so I just don't understand what happened. But I
Well,
have your rumblings. I mean, through the BTT community, through my Grace Randolph like
right.
community. But she's been saying, she's like, yeah, Nora's literally gonna like sweep the Oscars. That's like, it's the word on the street. It's like
Yeah.
the least. I mean, Wicked, of course, is not. It's not problematic, but like, it's too big of like a movie, and they just don't do that in the
Yeah.
Oscars anymore. They don't give it to like a giant blockbuster movie ever. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even. What was the last one they gave it to? Probably like Titanic. I don't know,
Literally,
but they
yeah.
don't
Like
do that
Gladiator
anymore.
in like 2001 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so obsessed with like these independent films, like A24 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, even though like basically Anora, other than Wicked, was like the least problematic and like had nothing, going against it really.
I know. Not that like The Substance wasn't also a small film. Like, give me a break. It should have, I mean, whatever. I'm just biased because I thought it was amazing. But yeah,
I mean,
she looked great. I was very happy with it. She looked gracious and like wonderful. I thought there were a lot of other women that were turning it out. Like, I mean, I don't know what she was doing there because I don't know what the whole tribute was about, but Halle Berry looked amazing. I
oh my
loved
god,
her like
do you know who dressed her?
Christian Siriano, right?
Yeah, that was so, and it was so good. Like that was he's always wanted to like dress Halle Berry,
She looked
and
incredible.
he really he did it. He
Yeah,
give him flowers. Like that was an
always.
amazing dress. That
Yeah,
was an amazing.
yeah, like
Like,
looked
and also
incredible.
a mirror gown, like a mirror, like glass, that could go very south very quickly, but like when it's good, it's great, and he
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I thought the styling and the glam was so good too. Her hair with the little like flippy. Yeah. Yeah, it was cute. Looked so good. Honestly, like that was a winner to me. I thought a lot of the like I was pleasantly surprised with Selena Gomez. I thought she looked really cute. She was in Ralph Lauren. Loved her look. I thought Emma Stone looked great in hers. It was like very demure, very mindful. Loved the little wave with the short hair. Very
Yeah,
cute.
isn't it? I was thinking this last night, but I was like, wow, like, isn't it so crazy that Emma Stone really got her big break on Superbad, and now she's like this like double
A-list
Oscar
actress, honey.
actress? Like that's a story. Good for
Yeah,
her.
it's wild. I love it. Yeah, they were definitely hits for me. I thought our Disney princesses looked good. I thought Elle Fanning was so cute in her like white and black thing. I thought
She
was
always,
really pretty.
she
Always looks
always,
good. Her style's on point. Rachel Zegler looked cute. Her styling was nice. I liked her big Coke can bangs. They were fun.
yeah.
To say nothing of, and we'll get into this, I'm sure, but our Wicked crew, like all of them looked amazing. But of course, the witches, I mean, like, where do you even begin? Like, Ari and Cynthia both looked incredible. Which, okay, out of the two of them, on the red carpet specifically, which did you like more?
So I loved both. I thought they were both excellent.
Same. Yeah.
However, I really loved Cynthia's. Like I really felt like that was the one. Like the
Yeah.
velvet, like a beautiful like a ball gown, like just like
Yeah.
witchy, but like so elegant. Like it was just,
Yeah.
it was gorgeous. And I mean, I loved Ari's dress, but like, and I get it. I get like what they were going for, but it just looked like it kind of looked like a champagne like glass to me or something. Like I don't know the
Yeah, it did
shape,
a little bit.
like a shelf. Like she was literally using it as like a phone,
Yeah, she had her cell phone sitting on it.
cell phone sitting on it at one point, and I was like, how is she sitting in that dress? But like it was gorgeous, but like
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I just love a like flattering like shape that like hugs the body like for the Oscars.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually preferred both of their performance looks to their red carpet look. I mean, I liked the red carpet looks too. They were both gorgeous, and I do think that Cynthia's was probably the superior one just because it felt a little bit more different. Like Ari's, there's only so many ways you can do like a frothy kind of pinky ball gown, and she's done like 50 of those this
Done it.
season. But Cynthia's was really different, and I loved the like dark green velvet. It was kind of giving like Scarlet from Gone with the Wind, the like drapes dress, the like, oh my God, it was like a very historic film reference, which I thought was cool. But honestly, their performance looks were everything to me. Like the two of them, they both looked spectacular. They were perfect for the moment of that performance. Like I was like researching all the details about it. I was like, oh, this is like, yes,
Everything about Ari's dress was like for the performance was perfection. Like a
definitely.
freaking ruby slipper dress.
Yep.
Period. It was
Yep.
so it was so good. It was so sparkly.
Gorgeous.
The imagery of like the rainbow coming down on her in the beginning, like I
Girl.
was like, hang it in the Louvre, hang it in the
Yeah.
Louvre. Like
I was like, this made me gayer. This made me
yeah,
even
absolutely,
gayer. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, it was so good. Did you see the original sketch of the dress? Like I was looking at it like also Scaparelli. So it was the same as the red carpet too. So they did like all of her looks for the night, which is amazing. But so cool to see it go from sketch to like what she actually ended up wearing with the big skirt and just like encrusted in stones, the heel coming out of the back, and then she had the matching shoes on her feet too. It was like so perfect to
Shoes
do
were so
Red, which is so unexpected because she was singing like Wizard of Oz specifically. It was like, oh God, it was so, so, so good. I loved it. Yeah.
10 out of 10. I
But like Cynthia's was also so good. Like the Cynthia dress,
she
oh my God,
landed the plane. She landed the
landed
plane.
the plane, honey.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So good.
clapped at the landing, honey. It was really good.
I definitely shed a tear.
Oh my God, yeah. I was literally like actually stood up and applauded in my living room. Was like, okay, this is incredible.
Period.
And you know what? They like those girls solidified a place at every gay music video pregame, like for the next decade. Like that will be on there right up with the like Gaga Super Bowl performance, like the Beyonce halftime show performance. Like that's going in there too.
Every show tunes, every
Yeah.
like just
It was excellent. And it was so beautifully constructed. I loved the way that they started with like the chronology of like The Wizard of Oz and doing Somewhere Over the Rainbow and then The Wiz and doing Home and then closing with Wicked and Defying Gravity. Like it was just like so well executed, so well performed by both of them. Such an amazing opener. And then honestly, the whole rest of the show was downhill from there.
yeah, went downhill from that. Literally,
Yeah.
that
And the
was
sad
that.
thing is, even the most like sad thing is that it's like I really felt like that in the moment. I was like, honestly, you can turn it off now.
I was that's all I need to see. I'm good.
Literally. I saw some tweet about how apparently the viewership went down by some crazy percentage after that performance was over. And I was like, yeah, because everyone knew that that was going to be the only time that Wicked was getting their flowers that night. So, like, all right.
The only reason I feel like I kept it on was just for like the hope that maybe we'd see like a teaser trailer for Wicked, and of course
Yeah,
that never happened. But
it
like
never
that was really
happened.
one thing I was like, wow, this is getting real boring. But like I have to keep it on because
Yeah.
we might, but we never did. So
Yeah. And also for all of you listeners, we had to discuss as critics of culture that we needed to be, well
of
informed. So,
course,
yeah,
yeah,
dedication to the craft, really.
I
Yeah.
wasn't really turning it off. I swear.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, there were still some good moments. Like, obviously, so while we're still on the Wicked thing, I'll say I'm very, very happy that Paul Taswell won his Oscar for Wicked. So incredibly well deserved. Obviously, that whole moment was great. Like the costume design
Oh my
presentation and the fact
god,
that Bowen was in his costume.
that
Incredible. Like,
that was well,
yeah, loved it. And like, so well deserved. He was so clearly like very nervous to accept it when he got up there. His voice was shaking, but his speech like made me shed a little tear. I was like, it was so like special, so well deserving. And now he is one award away from an EGOT, honey. Someone find a way to get Paul Taswell a Grammy. He just needs to do an audiobook or something.
yeah,
Like,
literally.
and
But yeah,
honestly, he better win the Tony this year for Death Becomes Her because he did the costumes for those on Broadway too. So,
I need to see clips and stuff. But yeah, it was so. I mean, it was beautiful from one queen to another. Literally, it was just
yep, gorgeous,
Bowen. It was gorgeous.
spectacular.
Loved it. What a
Did you
good
see the
moment.
pictures of them backstage? They did the like glam cam backstage together. It was Bowen and Paul Taswell. Like Paul's sitting in the chair and Bowen has like his hand on his shoulder and they're like glamming out. It was like so cute. Yeah, I loved
I
it.
love it. What
I love
else?
it. What else? Yeah. And also to win for production design, also fabulous, well deserved, of course. I mean, when you see the scale of the things that they built, these giant practical sets, like so well deserved. It's just like of course they should have taken those awards. I'm glad that they took them, but also like it's really sad to see a performance like we saw in the first part of the show from these two incredible vocalists singing these incredible songs to not get an award for performance and to
Yeah,
lose specifically supporting actress for like a
to another,
singing
to
big air
another.
quotes
Yes.
singing performance of
I
Zoe
mean,
Saldana. I'm just like, okay, well,
to me, like it just feels like if I were Zoe, I'd be kind of embarrassed. Like I would be embarrassed.
it's
I
really
wouldn't.
awkward.
I'd be
Honey,
like,
she
please
should be
don't.
embarrassed for that dress. That YSL dress that she was wearing was
That was one of
was
the
giving
worst of the.
shower loofah. I was like, not this.
It was giving like derpy. Like
Yeah, I was like, I don't like this. It's not. It was not it. So disappointing. I knew she was gonna win. We all did, but it was still just felt so shitty when it actually happened. We're like, okay,
I mean, there did end up being upsets, so it was like I don't know. I just was holding out all hope for the last second, but like it was painful. It was still painful.
yeah. And it became pretty clear early on that like Honora was gonna sweep. Like once they had won like two, it was like, all right, well, there you go.
But I did think the speech that the presenter gave about Ari's performance, it felt like the best speech, in my opinion. It felt like she was really like, you deserve it, Ari, but like I'm gonna give it to Zoe because that's what it is. But like it felt like she was trying to give her flowers.
Yeah, she definitely was, and I felt like she really did give it like an extra beat to like let it sink in for RA2. Yeah. But it is
Does it
just
really?
like
No.
I don't know. But I will say, I mean, the rest of the show, I felt like there was still some good moments here and there, It's like, okay, like we got, like some cool performances. I thought the James Bond thing, though it was completely random, was all right. Like there were some cool visuals. I didn't really understand what the vocals were giving. You and I both
Also,
afterwards were like, beautiful gowns. Beautiful
yeah,
gowns.
I mean that was really. That's really all you could say about it. I mean, is it because they're announcing like a new James Bond? Like I know that they are, but like, is that why that was relevant? Like I still don't get it.
It's just so weird. They were like, we're going to try really hard to cut down the runtime of this show. Here's a 7-minute James Bond performance that's apropos of nothing. It's just completely
Horrible,
random.
horrible.
Like, what? Again, the visuals were cool. I thought Margaret Qualley, like, opening it and, like, dancing, I was like, okay, girl. And, like,
Sure.
I thought literally gorgeous gowns. I thought the three performers singing it looked good. Can't say the same
Yeah,
about my eardrums after listening to it, but you know what?
it was something.
It was something. Yeah, definitely. I mean, fast forwarding to the end of the show, were you watching on Hulu or are you watching on cable?
I was watching on Hulu, and
So
it
did
did
you
cut
lose it at the end?
for a second, but it came back. I don't know. Everybody was saying that like they lost it completely, but it came back. I mean, it took like maybe like 30 seconds, sure,
I was like,
but that is
okay.
like streaming like needs to get it together. That's literally how most people watch. I don't understand.
Like, especially because they made such a big thing of being like, and for the first time ever on Hulu, it's like, okay.
Like, and also like, is Hulu really like the biggest streaming platform? Like, I have Hulu because of Disney Plus, but like I don't have like the
Right.
streaming. Like, I don't know. I had to like do a
Yeah.
little quick.
Yeah. That was definitely a low point amongst many low points. I would say another low point for me was when the Amelia Perez composers, and I use air quotes for that, started
Decided
singing.
correct.
And as soon as they started singing, the band was like, all right, get him off stage.
That was yeah.
Painful.
That was painful. Painful.
Literally, just what a fitting end to that horrible film. And not a single one of them, for all the awards that they won and all the
They,
accolades, were like, oh, trans people. Yeah, they exist. No. Sick. Anyway, I hope I never have to hear about that garbage ever again.
yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing. Yeah. Snooze speech. Adrian Brody. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Again, someone
No.
to miss Best Picture and Best Actress because we could give this man the longest, I saw today, the longest Oscars
Five.
speech in history. Disgusting. Listen, and it felt all 5.5 minutes. I'll tell you, watching it, I was
Yeah,
like, what?
5 shorter, and it
Nodding off.
was.
Even cutting off the exit music, they're like playing him off, and he was like, no, let me do this. I know how this works. I've already won one. And I'm like, yeah, this is so shameful. I can't even. Sebastian Stan in the audience, they cut to him, and he's like,
I'm
just
becoming a stand.
staring daggers. Yeah.
He's funny. I like him.
Yeah, he is funny. I mean, I would be mad too. He's out here, like, Adrian Brody's out here winning an Oscar for using AI to replicate an Eastern European accent because he couldn't do it himself. But then Sebastian Stan is, like, not winning for, like, his performance of, like, a flawless American accent of Donald fucking Trump.
Just
Like,
because it was Donald Trump.
it's
But
so wrong. It's so wrong. But yeah, God. Anyway, the
anyway,
Oscars.
yeah, and that was it. The Oscars.
And that was the Oscars. Well, there's
What would you
always next year.
or 0 out of 10? What would you give it?
Ugh, like a 6. That's
Yeah, me too.
generous. Like 5.5.
I feel like a 5.5.
Like
It was just
honestly, like literally, basically anything to do with Wicked. Without those pieces, like I would literally be like, I wouldn't even watch it.
0. Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Like I think it's great that Wicked won for production design and costume design, and it was incredible to see Ari and Cynthia perform. End of list.
That's it. And
Yeah,
that's it.
and that's that on
I
that.
do like. I do like the girl from Honora. What's her name?
Mikey Madison.
Yeah, Mikey Madison. She's really she seems like a sweet, innocent young girl.
Sure,
I was happy, sure, but
sure.
at what expense? At what cost?
At
Yeah,
what
I don't know.
cost?
What
Truly.
cost?
Well, I mean, we'll have to see how it goes with Wicked for Good. You never know what other competition it's going to be up against in the future. So there's like so much to consider. And honestly, like we're putting the Wicked like part one press tour to bed, which has been going on honestly since before last year's Oscars because they started previewing it and promoting it before then. So I imagine it won't be before too long before we get like a nice trailer going and we're like right back in it for part two. So
I hear that it's going to be April, sometime in April.
ooh, happy birthday to us, honey.
I know. Are there any big events? Well, other than our birthdays, are there any other big events like in showbiz that like we should be?
I mean, they performed at the Met Gala last year, the first week of May, and that was a
Hmm.
big like promo opportunity for them, so that could be something.
I
But
don't
other
know.
than that, I can't really think of like anything else really in April that would be like a big like event marquee, that they could like attach a trailer to. So I guess we'll have to see.
Oh my god, what if it's on one of my days?
Would be the best birthday gift. Could you imagine? Yeah.
I'll
I
die.
can't wait, honey. I can't wait. I love it.
Weeks.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I mean, it wasn't really leaks. It was really just like pictures of the costumes, but still like incredible.
And I've seen like the like leaks from the set, like the the drone footage.
Yep.
Yep, I loved
Wow.
it.
I loved it too. I can't wait. I mean, listen, the second act of Wicked is incredible, and I'm sure the film is gonna like blow us away.
I mean, the second act of the show to me is not as strong, but I really think that they can do something and really build it out. I think it's gonna be great, like for sure. I
Yeah.
think John Shoes. We need to like tie up some loose ends because a lot of shit is like
Yeah. No, we
not really.
got it. We've got
Yeah,
it. Well, on
I
that
trust.
note, let's take a little break, and we'll be right back after this. And we're back.
And
We're
Wendy,
back.
and that was fun.
And we have a special guest.
Yes, say hi.
Hi, honey. Very nice little kitty ASMR for all of our cat fans.
She's my little baby.
She's so cute.
She's so. She literally. Oh, okay. She's sleeping. Great. Get out.
Bye
Get out.
bye.
Get out. Bye bye. So where were we?
Well,
Where am I?
listen, Oscars definitely like sucked all the oxygen out of the room this week, but there were some other goings on. Mostly, I'm like ready to look forward to things. I mean, obviously, the big news now that we're counting down to is like, honey, Mayhem is dropping Friday. Are you ready?
Honestly, no. I can't, I literally. It hasn't even really been on my mind, which is crazy. But I am very excited. Like I
Yeah,
cannot wait.
screaming for
I
me,
heard.
baby.
Well, I mean, through Twitter, through X, formerly known as Twitter,
Sure.
I've heard that Abracadabra is not even the best song. Basically, it's like one of like the least strong songs on the album, which is great news. I'm very
Love
excited.
it.
I think we got a good one coming.
It's gonna
It's
be a
gonna be
good
good.
one. It is gonna be a good one. I'm hype. And her dance card is full, honey, because she's got the album release on Friday. She's on Morning America on Friday. She's hosting and musical guest on SNL on Saturday. Like,
I'm so excited about that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to have to deep dive, discuss next week. Next week is going to be
Yeah.
the Mayhem episode.
Oh my god, literally
Yeah, so excited. It's
so
just, you
good.
know what's crazy? Just how fast the night changes. Thinking about the last time we had the beginning of a new the beginning of a new Gaga era, like you and I were roommates and they were
We were
roommates.
and thanks. Yeah, we were. That's so crazy.
Like,
Us literally it was pandemic. We were
yeah,
home all day, every day,
insane.
listening to and honestly we were at first we were definitely not feeling it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
We're like Elton John, eh?
But I mean, there's definitely some stinkers on that album.
Yeah, let's be honest. I think enough time's passed. We can say it. It's okay.
I would say, honestly, probably like 2/3 of it is like, all right,
Yeah, yeah. But we'll
yeah,
see how Mayhem turns out. I mean,
I have high hopes.
I mean, I feel like she's really committed to giving us like a full era. I mean, when was the last time she was giving us like, daytime talk shows, SNL performances? Like,
God,
she's doing it.
I hope she gives us a daytime talk show performance just as insane as the time that she performed on Good Morning America, and it was during Art Pop, and she had everybody dressed up as the Wizard of Oz characters. But
Crazy.
it wasn't like couture Wizard of Oz. It was like
It was like Spirit
dusty
Halloween.
middle school show. Like it was
Yeah.
so bad,
Yeah.
but I love
Art Pop was a messy, messy time for
it. So
her.
so chaotic.
Yeah, it
I
was
live.
not great. We'll see what we get this time around. I'm ready for the mayhem, honey. Yeah, I'm excited. Speaking of new music, I just have to say this. This is a personal pet peeve of mine. I'm sure you've been seeing it, but like, is Chaperone ever going to give us this new song? Because I've been seeing promo for it for like 3 weeks. I'm like, every other day I'm seeing Pop Crave. Chaperone looks stunning in new promo for The Giver. Like, Chaperone Billboard in promo for The Giver. I'm like, I have seen promo of this single for 3 goddamn weeks. If this isn't the best song that I've ever heard in my life, like, what is this? Like, even lead
Girl,
singles of like the main pop divas don't promote like this. What are we doing?
I don't know if I muted her off my timeline or what. I probably did and forgot, but like I literally didn't even know that that was happening.
Oh my god, wow.
Nor
Okay.
nor do I really care, to be quite honest. Like I can give or take. You know how I feel.
She
You
said,
get
"The
it.
evil has been defeated." Wow, that's crazy that you haven't seen it because it's literally all I see. I'm like, every day there's like a new picture like of her and like she's been dressing as like a plumber and like a fucking like construction worker and all like Uncle Sam like pointing at the camera and it's like all of them are like chaperone
So it's
stuns for like new promo. I'm like, okay, just give us the song, girl. What are you? I've been hearing about it for weeks. Like,
like what? Okay.
I will just say this, especially being best new artist, especially like having as strong of an opening album as she did, I feel like it's just almost guaranteed to be a letdown, right? Like it just you build it up way too much, way too much.
Yeah.
Like there's very few people who can like take the like momentum of a first album and then like top it on their second. See Lady Gaga with Bad Romance, but like honestly,
Yeah.
that is the exception, not the rule. So like
I agree.
we'll see.
I think indifference is the word for me to describe my
Yeah.
feelings. I
I mean,
mean,
I'm sure
good
you're going
for
to hear it against your will, whether you like it or not. Huh?
she just almost knocked over the light. Good God.
Cats.
Okay.
Speaking
Cats.
of, so one more thing. Beyonce continues to be adding tours, like tour dates now. She's giving us like more and more dates in New York. She keeps adding dates in like Chicago. I think she added more in Atlanta. Like, I'm like, just add Philly, girl. What are we doing here?
Yeah, she needs to.
Like
Because,
let's just do that.
yeah, please. Or Hershey. I mean, I would love to go to Hershey.
Honestly, one of the best times I've seen her was seeing her in Hershey. It was incredible because it's such a small venue. I saw Chromatica in Hershey too. It was amazing.
See, that seems like the place to be.
Yeah, it's like
At a
50 times better than MetLife, I'll tell you
yeah,
that.
like so intimate. I remember when Beyonce was on the Formation tour, and I remember seeing all over social media that just like the Hershey show, and like remember she had the big, huge like spinning um the box, but it looked so big in the stadium because it's so tiny, and I was like, oh, that looks incredible. Like I wish that was the show that I went to.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
It was incredible. I loved it. One of the best times I've ever seen her perform. Yeah, loved it. So we'll
like
see. If I know one thing about her, she stays doing that. She's always like, does a limited release and then starts to build it out. So I'm sure we'll get some more dates. But
or God, here we go.
yep, yep.
Yep.
I mean, that's pretty much it for music news, but definitely shifting gears to television. Like, I would say the big thing this week now is like, I guess we're coming up on the finale of Traitors.
It happened so fast.
It
I
really
I
did.
always literally what, like 9 episodes?
Yeah, I
Is
think
that
it's
how
like
it was
8
like?
or 9 eps. Because it's really because it's like every week is a double elimination. You like don't realize it because the way they do it, it's at like the top and the end of every episode, but like they cut down that cast really fast.
Yeah,
Like,
they do. I thought it was at least like 10 or 12 episodes though, but this season just flew for me.
yeah,
But like,
yeah.
yeah,
What'd you think of the cliffhanger girl?
girl, if Danielle doesn't get the fuck out of here, I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't.
Did you
It's too
see
much.
everyone like sleuthing about her cryptic social media post like about it? Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
She was
Uh,
like, "Don't worry about that cliffhanger," and she's holding a Starbucks cup, and the way she's holding it, her like fingers are covering, and the only like word you can see is the word first. And everyone's like, "Ooh," and I'm like, "What is first? What would she be the first if she won? I don't get it." Like,
no, I can't.
I know. I'm like, that would not be satisfying. I'm sorry. Like, and it's not just because she's a villain, because like, and she isn't really even a villain. She's honestly just like annoying. Like, I just don't really want to root for her. You know what I mean?
It's the shaking, the crying, it's the bad acting, honestly. I really can't deal.
Yeah, it was the like one eliminated contestant was like doing a interview after the fact, and they were like, she was really weird on set. There was a lot of swearing on like children and grandchildren, which I felt like was really extra for like it's just a game show, girl. Like it's a
Yeah,
lot.
like give it a rest. Calm
I,
down.
I don't.
Gabby though, performance was everything. 8.
Yeah, and she
Hard.
looked good too. I love the fit.
I mean, I really just want her to win. Like, I know she's not. She probably won't because it's. I feel like everybody's kind of gunning for her now, but like
Yeah,
that would be my number one for sure.
yeah, I agree. I hope we get there, but I guess we'll find out soon enough. Coming soon to a
Coming
television
soon.
near you. Also coming soon, honey, is Win or Lose on Disney Plus. You got me into this. You were talking to me this
Love it.
weekend and you were like, "Have you been watching?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I completely forgot about it." And so I sat down and watched the first 4 episodes. It is so cute. I'm obsessed with
It
it.
is. It was like honestly such a pleasant surprise. I was like, let me just turn it on. I had no
Yeah.
expectation to it. I know that they like changed a lot about it, so like I feel like they've been planning to put it out for a very long time, and it got like delayed, whatever. But I am obsessed. Like I thought it was. It's so like it's kind of adult. I feel like it's more for like
Definitely is.
older teens, like and adults, to be honest. But
Yeah.
it's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely following in the footsteps of Pixar of recent years, like Inside Out, Turning Red, like definitely that vibe. I would say it's like a little bit more grown up, mature.
And as someone who played a lot of baseball growing up, like I literally played baseball from like t-ball up until 8th grade. It was like it was very relatable. My dad
I
was my
bet.
coach at one point. I was like, oh my god, if this isn't me, dear lord,
Yeah.
it's really it's something.
I really like the approach of like the every episode is like from a different character's perspective, but it's all the same story. It's all the same day, basically. It's cool to see how they're like weaving them together.
Good, it's great. I mean, and I love that they're using like kids and adults, like they're mixing it. Like it's very well thought out, very well done.
Yeah, I
Well
think
done.
that like well done indeed. I think the like visual styling of it is sort of giving Turning Red, where they have this sort of kind of vaguely like video game or like almost like anime kind of like wacha wacha like sound effects and like visuals and stuff, which is cute. And like yeah, I agree. I think the subject matter is like pretty grown, which is why it's like all the more disappointing that they like cut the trans non-binary storyline from it. I'm like, it's so like come on, like just do it. Just go there. Like I miss the Disney
And
of
like
like
obviously,
2 years ago, like that was like
yeah.
standing up for their
I
LGBTQ employees and like viewers
well,
and listeners and like
they got didn't they get rid of like DEI like officially
they like
or like
rebranded it and like scaled it back. Yeah. Yep, big change. And I have to say, honestly, shifting gears now, speaking of other Disney Plus television series, just announced that they're shelving the Tiana series coming to Disney Plus, which is devastating.
why do they keep playing Princess Tati?
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, so unfair. They keep doing her dirty. I'm like, look at the queen. Do you see the material? Do you see the material?
Devastating.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I re-
so upsetting. Because it's like, I wanted that voice cast to come back. I wanted to hear those stories built out some more. She is like that girl. I love, like, they're clearly marketing the hell out of Princess Tachi's Bayou Dip. Like, they want people to come and ride it. They're like really making a big deal about marketing her character and stuff. It was just the 15th anniversary of that movie. Like, it's still relevant. They're keeping it alive on purpose. And then to just let the limited series just like crash and burn. And there was some vague, like, reporting about it. It was in Hollywood Reporter. Disney hasn't officially announced it itself yet as of the time of this recording. But in Hollywood Reporter, they gave some vague reasoning about, like, quote unquote, the show not getting to where it needed to be because of artistic differences and like shuffling around of the production and stuff. I'm like, okay, how are we not supposed to see this as just you like scrapping another thing because it's like too woke or something, or like too DEI or whatever? Like, I think it's such garbage. Like, especially because it's like they just made $1 billion taking this formula for Moana 2. Like, wouldn't you want to recreate that with Tiana? Like, what are we doing?
makes no sense.
And it's not like it's like was like this fledgling little idea. This has been in production since 2020. Like, they've been working on it. So like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah, even like just to, I mean, I hate that we're like getting negative about Disney again, but honestly, like even like Bob Iger last night at the Oscars kind of like pissed me off. His interview on the red carpet, they were like, what are you most proud of like this year, like whatever, and he just like his answer was basically just listing off all the movies that are now in studios that Disney bought. Like just to be like, oh yeah, and this is actually ours now too, and this is actually ours now too, and this is. I was like, Bob, come on,
yeah.
like you're not excited about like Inside Out 2. You don't think it was a good movie? Like what are you doing? Like it was very corporate. I just hate corporate.
Yeah, it gives like an icky feeling because it's like you're not really celebrating like the creativity of like your bread and butter of like Walt Disney Animation Studios, and like, you're like, oh yeah, we like own Fox now, and Fox owns this indie thing that like
Great,
made this movie, so I guess
big
we can lay
whoop,
claim to that.
big whoop. I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm just like, when we get back to like celebrating creativity and art and like people
yeah,
instead of money. Don't get me started. Anyway,
yeah, yeah. No, I hear ya.
yeah.
Well, let's go
Well,
positive then. Something that is
great.
exciting is Epcot Flower and Garden returns this week. 30th
I know
anniversary of that festival. Can you believe it's 30 years old now? Crazy.
that is wild.
Yeah. And
It
when I
looks
was there
really
a
beautiful.
couple weeks ago, they were already setting up for it. Like, most of it was already like in place, honey. They had them topiaries out. They were adding them left and right. They have like a lot of cool ones this year. There's a new Moana 2 one that lights up, which I thought was very cool. Like, they're
Saw
really
that
like
one.
doing it.
Yeah, that looks incredible.
Yeah. Like, still haven't seen a single minute of Moana 2, but still, the topiary looks really cute.
Waiting for Plus Honey.
Yeah. But I thought that the topiaries were fun. Like, I think I always love going during, I mean, we're so spoiled with April birthdays because it really is just like the best time of year to go down there.
I
I mean,
guess I gotta go. Flower
yeah,
and Garden.
guess we gotta go. Yeah. I
Guess
mean,
I
let's
got.
do it. Huh?
I know. I mean, we should.
Yeah. I love the Flower and Garden Festival. It's like, what's not to love? It's like you get all the good, like, food and drink that you would get during Food and Wine, but you get all of the, like, performances and stuff that you would get during, like, Festival of the Arts. And then you also get the topiaries, which honestly are so cool. I'm like, they should just be in Epcot
Uh,
always. Like, they're so cool.
like all the little like flower gardens floating on the water, like around. Oh, that's like my
So
favorite. It's so
cute.
pretty.
Yeah, it is so pretty. I love the little like smello garden thing that you can walk through and smell the different scents of everything. They give you a little seed packet. I hate the butterfly garden, but yeah, other than that, very cool. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. No, it's really cute though. I love it. And I love seeing all of the like, I mean, all of the character topiaries are so good, but I'm especially biased to like the princess ones. Like, all the princess ones are so good. Like, especially literally the Princess Tiana one, which is new.
So good.
It's
It's
like,
they had it last year, didn't they?
yeah, last year was the first year of it.
because I saw it last year. I was like, oh my God, it was so
Yeah,
good.
she looks incredible. It's so good.
Yeah,
Truly the only reason to stop in the America Pavilion ever. It's certainly not to hear about the history of our great nation.
girl.
That and to use the commode.
That and to use the commode is right.
I'm going to need to know where your commode's at. Literally how I
Girl.
feel every time I get to the US Pavilion.
Sorry,
The
the cat is
American
literally.
adventure.
Uh, I don't know if I've ever done that, but I don't want to.
You don't need to. It's fine.
I don't need to.
It's all right. You're not missing out. Yeah, well, there's still time. Listen, Flow Girl starts this week and it runs till at least the beginning of June. So we have a few months. I don't know. You and I might be able to steal away for a little overnight, maybe just a quick 24, 48 hours down in the Diz.
We're doing it. We're
Yeah,
making it happen. Manifest. We're just gonna do
manifest
it.
it. Put it out
Yeah.
there.
Stay though, because I mean, honestly, just like in celebration of Princess Tati, I really do kind of want to stay at the French Quarter. Not the French Quarter. The French Quarter. I do want to stay there
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
We got deals.
Yeah. Yeah, French Quarter's a hard one just because it's small, but Riverside always has rooms because it's way bigger. I'm like, it's like basically the same because it's like they're connected via a little boat. It's not that far apart. But I will say, having stayed in both, French Quarter is cuter.
It is. I've walked between them though. It's not that bad. It
No, it's
is far,
not.
but
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it. It's fine.
you can.
Get a little beignet. Honey, tomorrow's Mardi Gras.
I walked from Riverside to French Quarter just to get a beignet, and it was worth it. It was worth every second.
Hell yeah.
Worth it. So good.
I love them. Yeah, they're the best. It is very cool. Well, happy Mardi Gras to you, honey.
What about Epic?
What about Epic, honey?
I've seen them doing previews for their employees, and it looks absolutely incredible. And like I've seen like a lot of people on X just being like, "Yeah, it's an incredible park. Like
Yeah.
you're, yeah, not going to be disappointed." Really excited.
Yeah, it is so exciting.
We might have to wait a little bit. I don't know how the hell.
Probably. Yeah. What did you see that was like a highlight to you that you were stoked about?
The Monsters Land is like next level, and that ride, Monsters Unchained, is like
Yeah.
ever.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I
That's so
know.
exciting. I want to go. Daddy. Yeah. I want to go. Yeah, that looks really cool though. I have been like following along here and there. I mean, you and I are always just making sure the other sees stuff. Every single time one of us sees something, they're like, "Did you see this?" And like literally always are like, "Yeah, I already saw it."
Yeah, because I feel like our feeds at this point are like synced up. To be honest,
They were like sisters.
we're like twins.
Exactly. Honestly, we were talking about this like we're bringing that to the pod. We're going to start doing movie rewatches because it would be so fun for us to like do some deep dives and like rewatches of some of our like iconic classics including the original Nancy Meyers movie The Parent Trap because it is so goddamn good.
Probably the best movie of all time.
It's so
Period.
good. Yeah, it's really like it's hard to think of a better film. Although
Aesthetics. I'm just like, it just makes me so happy.
and like nostalgic.
Yes, and nostalgic.
Yeah,
Like
I want
nothing.
to live in that world. I want to go back to 1997 or whatever. Yeah,
I want to live on that vineyard.
yeah.
That white
Parker Knoll.
Parker Knoll.
Yep.
Meredith Blake.
I'm number 28. Yeah.
I'm
26.
number
Yeah. So good. I love it. Also nostalgic that I watched this week. May he rest in peace. Gene Hackman, The Birdcage. Absolutely
two.
incredible. Also
That's
put that on the rewatch list. Like that's 100%. Yeah. That's going on there.
yeah,
Yep.
another great movie.
Yep. Birdcage, Mrs. Doubtfire. Like,
Yep.
yep.
Parent Trap. Like
Yep.
three, like my childhood favorites.
Yep. To say nothing of Disney animated classics. I mean, there's so many of
Aladdin.
those. Please.
Aladdin.
The Little Mermaid. Yeah.
Pocahontas. Honestly, I was thinking about Pocahontas. I like a clip came up on my feed, and I was just like, this movie really was a gorgeous,
Beautiful.
beautiful movie, and it was like very like adult themed,
Yeah.
adult themes going on.
Yeah.
I feel like thing that really like took away from it is that it was like based on history. Like I feel like they should have made it an original story about that time, maybe.
Yeah,
But it really is still a great movie. It's like just
amazing.
so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Anyway.
And like her singing voice is beautiful. Like I love, God,
Oh,
there's so many good songs in it. Honey,
honey.
Stephen Schwartz of Wicked fame. And
And
also,
Mel.
God, yeah, well, he can go to hell. But speaking of religion,
And he didn't say that.
that Polonius guy did. Oh my God,
That,
Clueless. That's also on the watch list.
of
Yeah,
course.
no question. That is still to this day my Instagram bio. Like, he is a Streisand ticket holding, Oscar Wilde
Brendan.
disco dancing. Yeah, friend of Dorothy. You know what I'm saying? He's gay. You man, Christian's a
Yes.
gay boy.
Yes, even.
So good.
It's
Yeah, I
so
love it.
good.
Yeah, so that's on the list. Put it on the list.
Put it on the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I love
I
it.
am writing it all down.
I am writing it all down. Yep. My father's going out of town.
Oh, I just had to tell a white lie to get him out of something.
Yeah, to Reverend Mosby.
How was Camp How? Was it fabulous?
Was it fabulous? The way she like
Yeah, it's just like
her style, honestly, literally, that's what the girls dress like now. That's
it's
you
like
going, girl, we
it's
were in
Aritzia.
Aritzia this weekend. That's it.
It's Meredith Blake.
Yeah,
Yep.
the whole thing. Those like vest tops with
Uh,
like slutty little shift
it,
dresses. Yeah,
it,
pinstripes. Yep, little short suits. I mean, it's hot. I love it. No wonder. If I was a girl, I'd dress like that. I might dress like that anyway. Yeah,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So what? Who
Yeah.
cares?
So what? Who cares?
Exactly. I love it.
Oh my god.
Well, honey,
Oh, is it time?
I think it's time. Do you think it's time?
Okay. I do. I do. I think it's time.
Fabulous. All right. Well, then it's our favorite segment of the week. We always look forward to it, mostly because it gives us a chance to complain. Not like we didn't just spend the last whole hour of this episode doing exactly that, but
So we
I
do
do
better.
love it because we're here at Drink or Drag. So, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first, honey?
Sure.
All
I'll
right,
go first.
do it.
Mine has to do with the Oscars
Okay. Drag.
and
No.
fashion. I mean, I pretty much know what you're gonna say already, but I just want to hear you. I just want to hear you drag it to hell because I know you will.
Great.
And that is Timothy Chalamet's buttery yellow suit.
Absolutely disgusting. As much as I said that Demi Moore was dressed like a winner, I was like, that yellow suit was giving loser. I was like, you're telling me that you really think that you're going to win an Oscar and be photographed and like be part of history for like a century wearing that fucking butter suit? Hideous. Not only because that color itself is so ugly, but also so deeply unflattering to him. I'm like, you do not have a deep enough skin tone to pull off that color. I don't know who told you it was a good idea. I think your stylist should be fired. I think it makes no fucking sense. I don't even think the fit was particularly flattering. I thought the finish of the textile was so ugly. It was like shiny and cheap looking.
Yeah,
I thought everything about it was despicable. And the only reason that I could think that you would want to wear it is for this exact moment, which is like to get people talking about it. But other than that, I'm like, hideous, tomato, 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 boo, like start over, throw the whole thing in the trash. Like literally would have rather have him wear a t-shirt and jeans. Like it was so ugly. I hated it.
the news anchors on E describe it as the Orville Redenbacher suit. Anything that is described as like popcorn yellow
Sick.
is probably not cute.
Yeah. I mean, I feel
Not it.
afraid having said that because Club Chalamet is probably gonna like show up to my house and like assassinate me now. But like, I mean, whatever. Like,
Whatever.
because I don't have Kylie Jenner security money, honey. Like,
Also, I felt like why were his pants were like so like not well fitted. Like
no, the
they
whole
were
thing was a miss. It was bad.
anyway. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
hate
Well,
it.
I thought that's what
Well, you thought correct, Tony.
I
Mine's a
knew it.
little bit more nuanced. I have a feeling I know where you're going to go with it, but I'm already prepared with a challenge, so we'll see. So, my drink or drag is the concept and idea of what they refer to as like legacy Oscars, like when people win Oscars for sort of like a they deserve it and it's their time, and maybe this wasn't their best performance of their career, but there were so many other good performances that they gave that they should have gotten for, so like we should just give them one now because like we want to make sure they get one, so let's give them one. Some may argue that that's what happened with Zoe Saldana. I'm not saying that because I don't really know that any of her performances ever deserved an Oscar, but sure. Also, it's not like she's on death's door and like she's never going to have another chance to do it, so like let's be calm here. But that said, how do you feel about the concept of like giving Oscars that are sort of deserved, but maybe not deserved for that specific performance?
Well, I'm of the mindset that I think hard work should be recognized, especially in a competition based on the actual work and not just like, government's trophy, like a participation trophy because you deserve it because you've been around long. Like, that is not, I think people who deserve to win should freaking win. And it should have been Ariana, period. So, drag legacy Oscars. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever happened to real competition? Wow, I feel like I sound like my dad. That's crazy. Anyway. But it's true. That's how I feel. I don't know. You know me. I'm an Aries. I like grew up very competitive and like
Yeah.
sports playing. I feel like no participation trophies. Like you get what you deserve based on the work you put out. Period.
Yeah. I mean, to push back, and I'm not defending them, but it's like, I think that the concept, though, is based on not a participation trophy, but based on the merits of good work. It's just that it's like, it
Sure,
maybe wasn't in
but
this
it's
lineup. Like,
set every year. If we reset every year for the Oscar, like I don't know.
right.
Like in my mind, in my brain, I'm like the competition resets every year. Like you know what I mean? They didn't get it. I mean, that's like why it's like annoying because I do think I don't know. I'm not going back on my answer, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
I get why they do it, but like it's not for me.
Right. Because it's
Yeah.
like, when you talk about ones that like, have gotten them in the past, people said that that was Jamie Lee Curtis winning, a
Hmm.
couple years ago for Everything Everywhere.
Like I thought that performance was
Right.
good.
But then it came at the expense of Angela Bassett, who then won a non competitive Oscar because it was them literally giving her a participation trophy, even though she has
Yeah,
done incredible performances over the years. So I think that by putting these legacy Oscar like things in, it messes it up for everybody.
comes like a domino effect too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also like I think this one just hurt way more because it was literally for the worst movie ever created.
Yeah, and
And
it also was a twist in the knife that it was like also a musical, and then to beat out like Ari, who sang her heart out live and was like incredible, and Wicked is like the greatest musical of the last like basically of this century so far. Like it's just crazy.
then it's like is the domino effect then going to be okay? Now next year we feel like we got to give Ari her flowers, so like she's going to win no matter what. Like it's just I don't know
Right.
why can't they give it to who deserves it?
I agree. Especially, and I think it gets especially hairy in the like supporting categories because more and more supporting categories are being poached by fellow lead actor categories and people just being shoved in them. Like I remember the days when like two people from the same film were in lead actor categories and they were up against each other instead of like, oh, well, we'll just put one of them in supporting even though it was a co-lead and like whatever, then they can both win. Like, no,
Yeah,
bitch.
that's
Yeah.
so bitch.
Yeah.
Hate
So drag them.
hate it, drag it.
Yep. Well, that said, honey, I think that brings our show to a nice, pretty little close, and I'm already screaming for you, baby. Looking forward to Mayhem weekend and getting
I
into
can't.
it next week.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be good. We'll be back at our regular time because Mayhem will be out on Friday and then SNL Saturday, so we got to make sure we watch that. So then maybe Sunday, you and I will get together and really dish about it all.
We shall. We shall.
Yeah, and it's going to be good. We're going to be listening and we're going to be screaming and we're going to have our paws out. We're going to have our
Pause
dicks
up.
out. We're going to be jumping up and down. Yeah.
Rah rah and
The
ah
floor's
ah
on
ah.
fire. Yeah.
Floor's on fire. Yep.
I love it, honey.
Oh
Well,
great.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Ears to It. If you haven't already, but you made it this far, then you better subscribe, you better like, you better follow, you better rate and review, you better comment, engage with us, because we're here to engage with you, honey. And promise no AI, unlike a certain Oscar-winning performance. Oh,
No AI. Miss Bitsy says bye.
bye, honey. So until next time, I'm Eric.
I'm Nick.
And see you real soon.